The world is a chessboard, and you are not a pawn. Not anymore. You've felt it, haven't you? The invisible strings pulling at your soul, the subtle manipulations, the games others play to keep you small, to keep you tame. They smile, they flatter, they promise, but their eyes betray them cold, calculating, watching for your misstep. You've been played before, we all have, but no longer. Today, you wake. Today, you see. Today, you learn how to turn their weaknesses into your strength, how to wield the sharp edge of strategy, how to carve your name into the stone of history. This is not a game for the timid. This is not a path for those who cling to comfort. This is the art of power, and it begins with one unshakable truth. The world rewards those who understand its rules and bend them to their will. Machiavelli knew this. In the shadow of Renaissance courts, where betrayal was currency and trust a luxury, he saw the raw mechanics of human nature. He didn't flinch. He didn't moralize. He studied. He wrote. He taught us that power is not given, it is taken, not through brute force, but through cunning, through foresight, through the quiet mastery of those around you. The prince, he said, must be both lion and fox, fearless when the moment demands, but sly enough to see the traps before they spring. Look around you now. The traps are everywhere. The colleague who undermines you with a smile, the friend who envies your ambition, the system that promises fairness but rewards conformity. They expect you to play by their rules, to stay in your lane, to be predictable. That is their weakness, and it is your opportunity. Consider Caesar. Crossing the Rubicon, his enemies thought him cornered, outnumbered, outmaneuvered. They underestimated his audacity, his ability to turn their overconfidence into his triumph. He didn't wait for permission. He didn't beg for their approval. He moved, and the world bent to his will. You must do the same. The first step is to see the board clearly. People are not what they seem. They hide their motives behind masks of virtue. But beneath the surface, they are driven by fear, greed, and vanity. These are the levers you will pull, not to destroy, but to build, not to manipulate for its own sake, but to secure your place in a world that respects only strength. Strategy is not a plan scribbled on paper. It is a way of seeing, a lens that reveals the hidden currents of every interaction. The weak strategize in straight lines, chasing immediate gains. Blind to the long game, the strong see 3 moves ahead. 5, 10. They anticipate. They adapt. Napoleon didn't win at Austerlitz by charging blindly. He lured his enemies into overextending, exposing their flanks, and then struck with precision. So must you. Study those around you. What do they crave? What do they fear? The ambitious man betrays himself with his impatience. The vain woman reveals her insecurity in her need for praise. These are not flaws to judge, they are tools to wield. When you know what drives someone, you hold the key to their actions. You can predict their moves. You can shape their choices. You can turn their weaknesses into your strength. Power is the currency of this world. And power is not a gift, it is a conquest. Power is not loud. It is not the shouting politician or the swaggering braggart. True power is quiet, deliberate, unshakable. It is the ability to walk into a room and command attention without saying a word. It is the confidence to say no when others beg for yes. It is the discipline to act when others hesitate. Power begins within. You cannot control others until you control yourself, your fears, your doubts, your impulses. These are the chains that bind you. Break them. Train your mind like a blade, sharp and unyielding. Train your body like a fortress, strong and enduring. Train your will like a fire, burning through every obstacle. This is not about perfection. This is about preparation. The world will test you. It will push you to your limits. Only those who have forged themselves in the crucible of discipline will stand unbroken. Cleopatra didn't seduce empires with beauty alone. She wielded her intellect, her charm, her understanding of men's desires to bend kings to her will. She turned their weaknesses, lust, pride, ambition, into her strength. She didn't fight battles. She won wars without drawing a sword. You, too, must learn to wield influence. Influence is not manipulation. It is the art of aligning others' desires with your goals. People are swayed not by logic, but by emotion. Speak to their hearts. Paint a vision that stirs their souls. Make them feel seen, valued, understood. But never forget, trust is a double-edged sword. Give it sparingly. Test it often. Those who swear loyalty today may betray you tomorrow. Keep your counsel close, your intentions closer. Let others reveal their hands while you hold your cards to your chest. Vision is your compass. Without it, you are adrift, reacting to the whims of others, a pawn in their game. Vision is not a vague dream of success. It is a vivid, burning image of the future you will create. It is the throne you will claim, the empire you will build, the legacy you will leave. Machiavelli wrote that fortune favors the bold, but boldness without vision is reckless. See your destination clearly. Let it pull you forward through the storms of doubt and the quicksands of distraction. When others falter, when they chase fleeting pleasures or cower before obstacles, your vision will be your anchor. Alexander the Great didn't conquer half the known world by accident. He saw himself as a god among men, and he made the world believe it. What do you see for yourself? Not what others expect, not what is safe or reasonable. What do you see when you strip away fear and doubt? That is your vision. Claim it, live it, make it real. Purpose fuels vision. Purpose is the fire in your bones, the unyielding drive that wakes you before dawn and keeps you grinding when others quit. Purpose is not found in comfort or ease. It is forged in struggle. In the moments when you face your fears and choose to move forward, the world will try to dilute your purpose. It will tempt you with distractions, with promises of safety, with the siren song of mediocrity. Resist. Purpose is not a feeling, it is a decision. Decide who you will be. Decide what you will stand for. Decide what you will never compromise. Let that purpose burn away hesitation, excuses, weakness. Let it make you relentless. When Machiavelli wrote The Prince, he wasn't chasing fame or fortune. He was driven by a purpose to reveal the truth of power, to arm the ambitious with the tools to rise. What is your truth? What is your fight? Find it. Hold it. Never let it go. Discipline is the bridge between vision and reality. Without it, your dreams are just shadows, your purpose just words. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not the fleeting rush of motivation or the applause of crowds. It is the quiet, grinding work of showing up every day, of doing what must be done even when you feel nothing. Even when the world tells you it's pointless. Discipline is saying no to temptation, no to distraction, no to the easy path. It is the courage to face your weaknesses and conquer them. It is the strength to keep moving when every fiber of your being screams to stop. The Spartans at Thermopylae didn't hold the pass against impossible odds because they felt inspired. They held it because they were disciplined, forged into weapons through years of relentless training. You, too, must forge yourself. Start small. Master your mornings. Master your habits. Master your time. Every choice you make either builds your discipline or erodes it. Choose wisely. Choose ruthlessly. Choose to become unbreakable. Action is the heartbeat of power. Strategy, vision, purpose, discipline. They are nothing without action. The world doesn't care about your plans or your dreams. It respects only what you do. Action is not reckless charging or blind effort. It is calculated, deliberate, precise. It is the strike of the hawk, swift and lethal. Too many wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. They wait and they lose. Machiavelli taught us that fortune is a river unpredictable, wild, but not uncontrollable. Those who act, who build their levees and chart their course, turn the river to their advantage. Those who wait drown. Take the first step today. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be grand, but it must be yours. Every action you take is a declaration. I am here. I am not a pawn. I will not be played. Let each step build momentum. Each choice sharpen your resolve. The world will not hand you power. You must seize it, one action at a time. Control is the art of mastering chaos. The world is not a gentle place. It is a storm of competing wills, shifting alliances, and hidden agendas. Those who thrive don't wish for calm. They learn to navigate the turbulence. Control begins with your mind. You cannot dictate every circumstance, but you can dictate how you respond. When others panic, you stay calm. When others rage, you stay measured. When others crumble, you stand tall. This is not suppression, it is mastery. Emotions are not your enemy, but they must serve you, not rule you beyond your mind. Control extends to your environment. Shape your surroundings to support your goals. Surround yourself with those who challenge you, who sharpen you, who align with your vision. Distance yourself from those who drain you, who sow doubt, who cling to smallness. Control your time, control your energy, control your focus. The weak are swept away by the currents of life. The strong build their own currents. Resilience is your shield. The path to power is not a straight line. It is a gauntlet of setbacks, betrayals, and failures. Those who succeed are not the ones who avoid hardship, but the ones who endure it. Resilience is not blind optimism or empty affirmations. It is the gritty, unyielding refusal to quit. It is the ability to fall, to bleed, to break, and to rise again. Stronger, wiser, fiercer. Hannibal, crossing the Alps with his army crumbling, his elephants dying, his enemies closing in, didn't despair. He adapted. He fought. He won. You will face your Alps. You will face moments when the world seems to conspire against you, when your plans collapse, when your strength falters. In those moments, resilience is your lifeline. Remind yourself every scar is a lesson, every failure is a map, every pain is a forge. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by what you do next. Adaptability is your weapon. The world changes. Plans fail. Enemies evolve. Those who cling to rigid strategies or outdated beliefs are left behind. Adaptability is not weakness, it is intelligence. It is the fox in Machiavelli's metaphor, slipping through the traps that catch the unwary. To adapt is to learn, to observe, to pivot without losing sight of your goal. Study your failures, study your enemies, study the world as it shifts beneath your feet. Sun Tzu, Catherine the Great, Churchill. They thrived because they could read the moment and act accordingly. You must do the same. When the ground shifts, find new footing. When the enemy changes tactics, change yours faster. When opportunity knocks, strike before it fades. Adaptability is not about abandoning your vision. It is about finding new paths to reach it. Be fluid, but never aimless. Be flexible, but never weak. Learning is your foundation. Power without knowledge is a house built on sand. The world is a library of lessons, and those who rise are the ones who read. Learn from history its triumphs, its tragedies, its timeless truths. Learn from those around you their strengths, their mistakes, their hidden motives. Learn from yourself your victories, your failures, your moments of clarity and doubt. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince in a vacuum. He studied the courts, the wars, the men and women who shaped his world. He distilled their lessons into a manual for power. You must write your own manual. Every day is a chance to learn, to refine, to grow, ask questions, seek mentors, challenge assumptions. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start losing. Knowledge is not a destination. It is a weapon, a shield, a map. Wield it. Protect yourself with it. Navigate by it. But knowledge alone is not enough. You must cultivate instinct, the quiet voice that speaks when logic alone falters. Instinct is forged in the fire of experience, honed by the grind of action. It is the hunter's sense of when to strike, the sailor's feel for the coming storm. Joan of Arc didn't lead armies because she studied war. She listened to the fire in her soul and acted with unwavering conviction. Your instincts are your guide. When the path is unclear, when the rules change, when the world throws chaos at your feet, trust them, but test them, sharpen them through trial, through error, through relentless pursuit of mastery. The weak ignore their instincts, chasing approval or certainty. The strong refine them, turning gut into gospel, hesitation into decisiveness. Now, let's speak of leverage. Leverage is the art of turning the weight of the world to your advantage. It is not brute force, but precision. It is not taking from others, but using what they give you. Every person you meet carries their own burdens, pride, insecurity, ambition, fear. These are not just their weaknesses. They are your fulcrum. The arrogant man's need for validation is a lever you can pull. The fearful woman's desire for safety is a door you can open. The greedy colleague's hunger for gain is a path you can steer. Leverage is not about cruelty, it is about clarity. It is about seeing the currents beneath the surface and guiding them to serve your ends. Think of Elizabeth navigating a court of vipers, turning her enemies' plots against them, using their greed and rivalry to secure her throne. She didn't fight their battles. She redefined the war. So must you. Find the leverage in every situation. Turn their momentum into your advantage. Make their weaknesses your strength. Patience is your ally. The world moves fast, but power moves slow. The impatient chase quick wins and burnout. The wise bide their time, waiting for the moment when the board aligns. Patience is not passivity, it is discipline in disguise. It is the predator stalking its prey, the sculptor chiseling stone, the strategist watching the enemy exhaust themselves. When others rush, you observe. When they overreach, you strike. Think of Fabius Max Lettre, Imus, the Roman general who defeated Hannibal not by charging into battle, but by wearing him down, striking only when the moment was ripe. Patience is your edge. It lets you see what others miss, act when others falter, win when others fail. But patience must be paired with readiness. Sharpen your tools while you wait. Build your strength. Watch the horizon. When the moment comes, you must be a thunderbolt, swift, unstoppable, undeniable. Ambition is your engine. It is the spark that sets your soul ablaze, the force that drives you through darkness and doubt. But ambition unchecked is a wildfire, consuming everything in its path. The ambitious fool rushes blindly, alienating allies, exposing weaknesses, inviting ruin. The ambitious master channels their fire, directing it with precision, fueling it with purpose. Ambition is not about wanting more, it is about becoming more. It is about refusing to settle for a life smaller than your potential. Look to Leonardo da Vinci, who wasn't content to paint masterpieces. He designed machines, studied anatomy, chased the impossible. His ambition wasn't greed, it was a hunger to transcend. Let your ambition be the same. Let it push you to learn, to create, to conquer, but temper it with wisdom. Know when to advance, when to retreat, when to strike. Ambition without strategy is chaos. Ambition with strategy is destiny. Courage is your cornerstone. Strategy, leverage, patience, ambition. They mean nothing without the courage to act. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the defiance of it. It is the decision to move forward when the odds are against you. When the world screams for you to stop, courage is David facing Goliath, knowing the giant's strength but trusting his own. It is Nelson at Trafalgar, sailing into the jaws of death to seize victory. It is you, standing at the edge of your comfort zone, choosing to leap. The world will test your courage. It will throw obstacles in your path, whisper doubts in your ear, tempt you with safety. But safety is a cage. Comfort is a grave. Only courage unlocks the door to power. Summon it, nurture it, let it grow with every step you take. Courage is not a moment, it is a habit. Build it, and it will carry you through the fire. Legacy is your horizon. You are not here to drift through life, to vanish without a trace. You are here to build something that endures, to leave a mark that time cannot erase. Legacy is not fame or wealth. It is impact. It is the lives you touch, the systems you change, the ideas you ignite. Machiavelli's legacy is not his name, but the truths he revealed. Still guiding the ambitious 5 centuries later, what will your legacy be? Not the one others expect, but the one you choose. See it clearly. Let it guide your actions, your choices, your sacrifices. Every step you take today is a brick in the monument you will leave behind. Build it with intention. Build it with strength. Build it with the knowledge that the world will remember those who dared to rise. Now, as you stand at the threshold of your own power, let me remind you of the stakes. The world is not kind to the unprepared. It does not reward the timid, the hesitant, the weak, but it bows to those who see its truths and act without fear. You are not here to be played. You are not here to drift through life, a leaf on the wind. You are here to command, to create, to leave a mark that echoes through time. Their weaknesses, their pride, their greed, their blindness are your opportunities. Use them, not with malice, but with purpose, not to tear down, but to build up, not to play their game, but to rewrite the rules. This is your moment. The chessboard is before you. The pieces in play. You are no longer a pawn. You are the player, the strategist, the architect of your destiny. See the board clearly. Move with precision. Act with courage. Their weaknesses are your strength. Their traps, your stepping stones. Let them underestimate you. Let them reveal their hands. Let them think they've won. And then, with the quiet confidence of those who know the game, strike, build your empire, claim your power. Write your story. The world is waiting not to play you, but to follow you. Rise now.